The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has expressed disappointment with alleged blatant refusal by Water Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome to act on the Commission's advice and suspend the Athi River Works Development Authority Chief Executive Officer, Engineer Michael Thuita, over the alleged irregular award of a multi-billion-shilling tender.
The EACC says it is concerned that the continued stay in office by the CEO continues to affect the ongoing investigations, since the suspect is the custodian of the required documents and there is a risk of compromising the many potential witnesses working under him.
According to a letter drafted on 24th May this year by the EACC Chief Executive Officer Twalib Mbarak to the Water CS Alice Wahome, EACC had unraveled continued malpractices that led to massive corruption at the Athi Water Works Development Authority. Mbarak and EACC sleuths say they received allegations of corruption and massive embezzlement of public funds by engineer Michael Thuita and began investigations. It is alleged that the CEO was involved in the irregular award of several tenders that include the tender for design and building of the Karimenu 2 Dam at a cost of 24 billion shillings, the tender for the last mile water connectivity and sanitation in Tana Athi area that was awarded at a cost of 720 million shillings, and the tender that involved the design and building of the proposed Ruiru 2 Dam that was awarded at a cost of 26 billion shillings. EACC says it requested the CEO of Athi Water Works to provide the information and documentation in regard to the three projects. The delay in transmitting the information to EACC was manifested by the fact that the CEO had issued firm instructions that the Athi Water Works employees should not release any information without his approval. The Commission wrote to the CS Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation Alice Wahome, advising her to consider suspending the CEO of Athi Water Works to pave way for investigations and to allow smooth flow of documents, and also to ensure that the CEO does not interfere with witnesses who are employees working under him. But on 31st May 2023, CS Wahome wrote back to the Commission demanding to be provided with confidential information against the CEO before any action could be taken. In her letter, Wahome was categorical. The officer in question is entitled to fair hearing as contained in Article 47 of the Constitution. Her action prompted the intervention of the PS State Department of Water. On 12 September 2023, the PS State Department for Water and Sanitation, Dr. Kiprono Rotich, wrote to the CS Wahome, urging her to comply with EACC's demands to suspend the CEO. Dr. Kiprono further added that it was in public interest to caution Athi Water Works against further impropriety of public funds. Wahome has since declined to suspend the CEO. In his letter to the CS Wahome, PS Kiprono reminded the Cabinet Secretary that the decision to instruct her to suspend the CEO is in line with President William Ruto's pronouncement on zero tolerance on corruption. The PS wound up his letter to the CS by disclosing that the board of Athi Water Works had been requested to consider and review all bank signatories for the agency to ensure compliance with this decision. The decision by the CS not to suspend Engineer Thuita now appears to have brought about frosty relations between a sitting cabinet secretary and her accounting officer at the ministry. EACC now says it is investigating the officer and that the action by the CS in declining to suspend the officer is an affront to the ongoing efforts to tame graft in public service, which sets a very dangerous precedent that may be taken up by other heads of public institutions that EACC routinely requires to suspend officers under probe. Nimro Tabu, Citizen TV.